Good morning, Peggy.
Good
Welcome
morning.
to our
Thank
show.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Nice to see you, Maga and Barbara, and see everybody else with my heart.
When you talk, Peggy, about evolutionary alchemy, what kind of transformation are you referring to?
What is happening now is that for generations we have sought to rise above the body, to go to another level of consciousness. And in the light of science and neuroscience and everything we're discovering about these bodies, we are recognizing that our bodies are the sacred vessel through which our spark of source expresses more of who we are. And ancient science has always taught us about the chemical of enlightenment, the chemicals of enlightenment, something called the nectar of life. However, now science has told us about melatonin and serotonin and oxytocin. I know how to say that. Dopamine, endorphins, GABA, DHEA, growth hormones. We're learning about all of these. I remember that Dr. Tado used to call me an oxytocin generator, but this is a really important time for this. So I also am developing a very short activation. So throughout the day, and this is what I'll be doing, this is what I'll be giving everyone. Throughout the day, you can say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and be aware of these chemicals of enlightenment and shift your state of consciousness. And as always, this is another expression for that energy of infinite love that is alive, transformative, and it is electrical energy. It is very strong. And I'm always talking about that was my first experience when I was 22, and all I did was follow the love for 52 years now. And it led me all over the planet. I got to meet my family of humanity, and it leads me here to you.
It's asking what is the role of emotions in this process if they are a catalyst.
Absolutely. What we feel, what our emotions generate chemicals. And of course, we know this. And what we're learning to do is not suppress our emotions, but we're learning how to choose to express our emotions in the way that's most beneficial for us and anyone else around us. And when we activated the last 12 fibers, one of the practices was to go to zero and then decide what emotion or how you want to express or what is the action you want to take. And that gives us a stronger awareness of observing how we generate these chemicals. This is really good because the whole world, all around the world, there's a lot of drama, there's a lot of distraction, there's a lot of division. But a wave coming up from those of us who are living life energetically aware, who are learning to live with our hearts, we're getting stronger and stronger. And I'm not saying that you don't experience anger. If you experience anger, let the chemicals direct you in a way that it's very constructive. Use the emotions and generate the chemicals where we are living in a more wholehearted presence. So we're contributing to the building, even as everything is deconstructing, there's a whole level of construction being born. For many years, we've talked about the new human in the new world. The body's ready, the heart is ready, the mind is ready. We are the new human. And I call us evolutionaries and masters in practice so we continue to practice our mastery, whatever that means to us. We are also the alchemists of now time. We're not waiting for external permission. We're not waiting for a mystical event, even though they come. We are the ones who are generating this new level of expression. This is what's been called the shift. I call it the great evolution. So this activation teaches us how to do that with grace, humor, and practical mysticism. Everyone has places that are empty or that are missing or that have wounds. Everyone. And yes, our emotions are key, beginning with our thoughts and then the choice of the emotion and then the chemical reactions that occur. We are far more powerful than we know. We hear this all the time. I want that to be my reality, and there's enough people that say me too. And as we do all of this ourselves personally, we all know the field of all life is listening and responding. So just understanding the chemicals of enlightenment within us, learning to work with our sacred chemistry, not to escape the body, but to be as present as we can be. We get to activate clarity, compassion in every choice we make. I'm very excited about what I'm seeing, for I have made my life's mission to teach people how to live energetically aware. And that includes this body. No matter what you think about your thighs, this body is sacred. I'm very excited for this time. I wasn't expecting to do this. And as I've been preparing and receiving the energy and getting the information together, I really see how important it is that the body is involved in this quantum leap in a new way. Wholehearted presence. We call it enlightenment, but I like to call it wholehearted. So that's where we are.
She saw a comment in the chat box, and the question is, we are talking about this body chemistry, and regarding our food, how careful do we have to be about our food in our body to be able to generate these chemicals?
Each one of us needs to pay attention to our bodies and what we feed ourselves. It's feeding ourselves basically as much whole foods as possible. I've been plant-based since 2015, but that's my choice. And prior to that, I released 38 kilos in my 50s and kept it off because of the energy and the ability to bring this energy through and live it. Wherever you are in your journey of taking care of your body, as you may want to change your diet, you may not, but would change it a little bit at a time to see how that feels for you physically, emotionally, spiritually, energetically. And of course, there's good sleep. I become mother when I talk about this. Sorry, everybody, you don't need another mother, but here she comes. Right. Eat good foods, and if you want to eat the chocolate, go ahead, but eat more good foods. Actually, it's said that chocolate is good for us, a certain kind of chocolate, and that's part of my belief system too, very spiritual. And then good sleep, and then also exercise. And of course, everybody knows how important it is. I live in the mountains. I live in nature. And it's important to surround yourself or take walks when you can, and particularly in nature, to be able to honor your body as that sacred vessel, wherever you are. Even if you're having physical challenge, you can use this kind of activation to help you come into a level of consciousness where there may be some habits you want to let go of. When you reach a certain level of consciousness, many of these habits that you know aren't good for you simply fall away. So my mother heart is very happy that you asked that question. And what I like to tell people is that as we evolve, may you smile more every day. May you feel more peaceful inside of yourself. And the field of all life is listening. And so as you take care of yourself, you come into greater alignment, more awareness, higher frequencies of consciousness. That contributes to the evolution for all of the planet. We are evolutionary activists when we live our truth. Good. I could say a whole lot more, but there. Brush your teeth.
How would you define the Phoenix style that obviously involves fire and rebirth in this work that you are bringing to us?
Let me see here. Just give me one moment, because I just want to take a moment. We all have our Phoenix experiences. Some of them, the fire is quite strong, and it takes a lot to rise again. Everybody has them. I was given the middle name Phoenix by a Lakota pipe carrier. I studied with her for 3 years, indigenous in my country. And what I've come to understand is that when we know that we can rise again like a phoenix, the spiritual fire can be more light. Sometimes it's very strong. And sometimes, because when we see the change coming and we're comfortable with knowing that we can go through different experiences and rise again with greater wisdom, the fire is not so intense. And of course, the ancients taught us a lot about non-attachment, but now we're talking about being very present here with more of who we are. The whole teaching of the Lattice is this is a circuitry for you to be able to channel through more of who you are in that frequency of infinite love. And as the consciousness shifts, as the consciousness reaches a certain level, that which used to cause tremendous phoenix fires doesn't have that effect. So why the phoenix? I remember when I first started in all of this work 50 some years ago, and everything was think positive. Don't dare think negative or you'll make it happen. Oh, I lived that with all my heart. And then I found out that even as one thinks positive, there are life experiences that help us grow. I prefer the life experiences where I smile more and don't cry so much, but we all have them. When we make fun with that transition, or when we make friends with that transition, it's not as devastating most of the time. I'm a very practical mystic. Having experienced no beginning and no end and infinite love, having that through all of this work, wherever anyone is right now who listens to this now or in another now time, as you continue to grow, you will learn how to say yes to certain experiences and no to others with greater consciousness. And then when other experiences come in and you're a phoenix, poof, in the fire, you know you rise again, wiser, stronger than before. Some people say, well, that's not very positive, but I feel like it's very authentic. There are so many people through the years I've worked with, either in classes or privately, and they feel like they're doing something wrong if their life doesn't go the way they want or they're having great difficulties. We could spend a lot of time on that. You're not doing anything wrong. You're learning, getting wiser. I promise you will come out the other side. The years of my life from 2012 to 2020, they were the most Phoenix fire of my life, the biggest Phoenix fire of my life. And I had a very abusive childhood. Now, 5 years later, I feel strong, centered. I'm aware that what I have can help others help themselves. I absolutely adore reflecting to people their wholehearted presence. And I will do that as long as people want me to. I will do it for myself forever, whether anyone's watching or not. But when I say I love us greatly, I spent 21 years standing on stages all over the world, meeting cultures, different cultures all over the world, hearing my words in different languages. I see the face of God in your... When that happened, I was no longer afraid of speaking, and I also fell in love with my family of humanity. So I keep these tools coming. I make energy tools saying, this way, check it out, try it out. And people try different tools. Some they keep, some they set aside. It always becomes a part of them. But again, the chemicals of enlightenment, they're not mythical, they're real. Biological, emotional, spiritual. And the more we understand that this elixir of life, this chalice is within us. Right. We are the chalice. We are that energy and that chemical. This becomes a whole other level of existence. Awareness. At the very beginning of teaching the EMF balancing technique, in phase 1, I taught we are carbon, chemical, electrical, light. Now I know we are carbon, crystalline, chemical, electrical, light. And the bridge that we make between the chemical and the electrical opens us up to channel through and become more of that light and energy we are. It's a privilege to be alive. Sometimes it's been very difficult, and other times it's absolutely glorious. May you continue to know how sacred. We're really just learning what our bodies are capable of. I'm so excited with what is present for us now and what is ahead for us. My favorite chemical is oxytocin. That was funny, I couldn't say it in the beginning. That's my favorite, through the heart. We feel that a lot when we have these sensations in our heart. And serotonin, that also connects. It's getting ready to be time to do the energy. We've already been doing it, but there's more coming. And all of this is about that empowering frequency of wisdom and infinite love. That's the next state of consciousness in daily life, in the details of daily life. Should we do a little bit of this resonance? Would you like a little experience of it? Thank you for asking.
No. The question before the experience, what signs we experience when we start to live this alchemy?
Okay. The awareness, the consciousness expands and becomes more integrated into daily life.
Yeah.
There is a new bandwidth of emotions that we've been working with for several years, and this chemical alchemy will help with the bandwidth of emotion that humanity can now express. Compassion increases for yourself and others. Wisdom increases, and you find new ways of doing things, even in the smallest tasks of your daily life, as the chemicals of enlightenment, as these chemicals of enlightenment become more present in the physical body, released through the cells of the body, through the layers of the DNA, through the light fibers of your being. The energetic shift is profound. You know it in your body. You know it in the way you feel, in the way you think, in the way you see your world and the world around you. We are the new human. Each one of you will experience results in your life according to your inner wisdom, what is important to you. It is time for new ways of reasoning, and that is all generated in coherence through the circuitry of the lattice, everything that we're doing. New expressions of emotion, compassion deeper than ever before, infinite love alive and awakened in one's life. And at the same time, as you know that you're unique and united, there are healthy, multidimensional boundaries that you become very aware of and capable of creating. The chemicals shift the consciousness. The consciousness is key to the new actions, the new human in the new world. Keep going, don't stop. Well, that was quite the question. We got more channel. We're all channels learning to channel more of who we are. Me too. Okay. How much time do we have left? What have we got?
We have 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
In case we do the experience now, we have the slides, Peggy, also.
We have the slides. All right, let's take a quick look at the slides. Just to give a visual to everybody. All right, so this is the event on Saturday, November 22nd, Evolutionary Alchemy, Phoenix style. This is what we're doing. May this image speak to you in your truth. Next slide. So we're in calibration celebration. This is the image I have of the lattice right now. It will change a little. The core becomes much stronger, and when we speak with one another energetically, when I speak, I'm speaking through the lattice and speaking to your core. This is the universal calibration lattice. You'll learn more about that as we go along. Thousands of people all over the world. I've been teaching for 37 years about this lattice. I have 2 more years and then I release it to the public. 40 years. That's another story. Next slide, please. All right. May we say yes to more of who we are, who we choose to be. Let us agree to be as fully present as we can be in this time of the great evolution. So I'm using the image to speak with you without words, or not a lot of words. Next slide. Let there be more light. This is something that I've been working with for the past, I worked with it years and years ago, and now I'm back at it the last 2 years. And that is an integration of all the shades of light we are. A whole other story. Let's go to the next one. So many stories. So we have happy chemistry, enlightened chemistry, the serotonin, oxytocin, dopamine, endorphins, all here and more. Just know that that elixir of life and awakening, it's within our bodies. We already have it. It's been called the sacred nectar for thousands of years. And now as evolutionaries, we're learning how to be aware of these chemicals and how to work with them for the state of consciousness that we're capable of. Next slide. We're almost done. So we are all channels, learning to channel more of who we are, right? Know that your frequencies go through your environment and beyond. And I invite you to gratefully acknowledge that you're here to contribute to the evolution of humanity and the field of all life in your unique way. I so love this. We stand together side by side, unique and united. Next slide, please. So this is a contemplation I always like. Ask yourself, what does it mean to me that I am born of the stars? There's an energetic or a scientific study proposed for my work to see if it affects epigenetics. I know it does, you know it does, but let's see if this project goes through and what we find. And that ties into the chemicals of the body. Next slide. There you are. All right. Evolutionary Alchemy, Phoenix style.
Yes.
Done. So my intention with this activation is that we will review some of the chemicals, understand how to generate them in our bodies.
Chemicals.
And when we finish, you're going to have an energetic posture where you use 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you're able to work with those chemicals. If all goes well, that's the plan. It's developing beautifully. I'll know for sure by November 22nd. But it's another awareness. And here I'm telling people to be aware about the chemicals in their body right before the holidays. It all fits. Talk about that another time too. All right.
The experience, yeah. Let's go to the experience.
Well, we have already been experiencing a lot as we've been speaking here. If you would like, you can hold your hands up. Let us go beyond time and place into that space where we are all connected. Let us touch one another. Remember, as you go into calibration, this is according to your inner wisdom. And I always like to begin with this. From the infinite within me to the infinite within you, and in honor of our unique beliefs. Let us begin. You can place your hands on your heart. I would ask you to become aware of your lattice as best as you can. Imagine it, sense it, feel it, think about it. Focus on your feet and the energy center beneath your feet. Silently or aloud, you may say, Source, God, Creator, Universe, I honor my body presence. I am here. And then focus on your crown center and the center above. This is the connection to that universal field of all life. And affirm, Source, God, Creator, Universe, I honor my soul presence. I remember I am. And then focus within your core consciousness all the way through your entire being. Know that core consciousness radiates through every cell of your body, every layer of your DNA, every light fiber of your being. Source, God, Creator, Universe. I honor my spirit of wisdom and infinite love presence. I know I am. So you can keep your right hand on your heart center and put your left hand in the area of your solar plexus. For the focus has always been first within the heart, and we've gone directly to the crown. But when you include the understanding of your solar plexus, you want your third brain. We honor the three brains within, gut and crown brain.
Corona.
Together we open to the living alchemy within. Within every cell, every strand of DNA flows the sacred fluid of evolution. We remember that we are the alchemists of our time, transforming energy into consciousness and consciousness into love. Let's experience number 5, the descent of light as the energy flows through the crown and your brain and the third eye. You may affirm, I open my awareness to the sacred light, the sacred chemicals through every cell of my being. Sense the dance of the chemistry, melatonin, serotonin, harmonizing with your luminous mind.
Melatonina, serotonina.
Let's go to focus number 4. We'll do 5 and 4. Number 4 is the heart of coherence. Move your awareness gently through your throat, your high heart, and heart center. Breathe in gratitude and breathe out love.
Inhala gratitud.
Breathe in gratitude. Breathe out love.
Gratitud.
You may sense, feel, contemplate your heartbeat synchronizing with the rhythm of the universe.
Corazón sincronizándose con el ritmo del universo.
You may affirm, I generate coherence through love and gratitude. Welcome the oxytocin that is activating this field of compassion and peace. So that is just the beginning, where we say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It becomes even shorter. It is an honoring of the physical body to support you in your emotional expression, to support you in your spiritual growth, whatever that means to you, to support you as the evolutionary you are. May you enjoy becoming more embodied and aware and expressive of who we truly are, honoring each one of you. May the chemistry of your being awaken in radiant harmony. May your cells sing with clarity and your heart pulse with compassion and your choices flow with courageous love. You are the alchemist, the activator, the embodiment of now. Together we rise. Phoenix Dubro, loving us great. Well done, everyone.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you, Peggy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Magda, for having me here today. Thank you. And this is not just an activation. It's a readiness. It's a declaration that you're ready to evolve. Stand bright and strong. Let us see you. Let us see each other.
We're still having questions and comments a lot, so we don't have time for that.
All right. Loving us greatly for everyone that's here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for reminding us that we are energy and that this fire purifies. Doesn't consume us.
Beautifully said, Maga. My pleasure.
Thank you. See you next time, Peggy. Thank you.